Hi guys, back with a new video. This is Conquest from Invincible Universe and it was sculpted by Z Studios. This was the reward for the month of May. Now here you can see me applying the prime. I always use this prime lately. It's way better than the one you can buy for the Airbrush. I'm not a big fan of it. This one, I don't know, the paint just sticks way better to it as well. And it's a little bit more practical as well. Now, before you go further in the video, I have a challenge for you guys. I want you to pause the video and put it down in the comments how many paint you think I use for this statue, and before we finish the video I'm gonna reveal it and see who was right. And now here I'm starting to apply the gray base color for the base. This looks like more like a rock thing to me. Now I'm gonna try to make this look a little bit more different. I'm gonna try to use a couple of shades just to bring out a little bit of a different look to it. And then we'll see where we go from here. Now here on the bottom part of the base, I'm gonna use the numb oil wash. Later on, I don't really like how it comes out, so I'm gonna put some more paint in it, some dry brushing, and it's gonna bring the whole bottom part a little bit more closer. To me it looks like almost like mud rock type over there, so I'm gonna try to do that. Here I'm gonna use the brown wash just to go over on the top of it, just everywhere. I'm not gonna spray this one on the bottom part of the base, just on the top. Now just don't forget that every time I pass a new color I always like to let it dry for a while. Now with this light gray I just go over the edge highlights and just dry brush it everywhere. After this I'm gonna use a purple shade, so it's gonna look a little bit better on the bright gray. And now with the purple wash I'm gonna go over on the top side of the base and even on the kind of on the bottom of the top part, but not where the mod look thingy is supposed to be. Just on the sides. Just go as much as you want. Now here with this yellow wash, I'm just gonna go over the purple. Unfortunately, I'm going a little bit too heavy-handed with the yellow. It's supposed to go a little bit lighter. This was a little bit too much. So in a second, I'm gonna come back with the purple wash and just go over some of the yellow that I went a little bit too heavy. Now with this earth color, I'm gonna do the bottom part of the mod, and I'm gonna just dry brush it, and then I'm gonna come back with another reddish brownish wash and just go over it. With this brown reddish wash, I just go over the mod just to make it blend a little bit more in, so it doesn't stand out too much, the color. Now here I'm gonna use this gray for the edge highlights, just to make a little bit the color more pop a little bit. It helps out a lot. Now with this bright gray, I'm gonna give the base color to the column. And now with the Agrax Earth Shade, I'm gonna spray it over the column and then just wipe it down with a sponge. Just go heavy-handed spraying it, and then you just wipe all of the excess down. And now with just basic silver, I'm gonna do the metal parts. And of course we don't forget the enamel oil, just go over the metal, just to look, it makes it look a little bit more worn, more rusty, more used. Now with this light gray, I'm gonna do the highlights, the edge highlights on the column, on both of the parts. Now here I have most recorded of the top part of the column. I done the same on the bottom part of the column, which is part of the base as well. You're gonna see it in a second. And now here I'm gonna do the fire hydrant, which is gonna be a red metallic. Unfortunately I lost the footage of this, but it's just the basic color. I have all the rest how I paint. Now with the silver, I'm just gonna do a couple of the bolts and nuts and the parts where you attach the hoe to it. So now this base has a couple more things. I decided not to make them, but this is just my personal preference. I think the base looks a little bit too crowded, so I decided not to do. It was a helmet, a traffic light, a hand and a head, and I just wanted to keep it a little bit more simple. I didn't want to be too much on it. Now with the dark wash, I'm just gonna go into the deepest parts of the sculpt. Like these are the really deep parts, and I'm just gonna put some down, some wash to make it look a little bit more detailed. Now I'm gonna go over with this red wash and just do a couple of the small details. This fire hydrant, it's sculpted really great, but most of the Z Studio sculptures, they are really great. I really like this whole statue, how it was sculpted, and I hope the guys over at Zaz, they're gonna keep up the good work. I hope in the future Zaz will do more Viltrumites. I would like to have the whole team, just the main ones, not all of them, but I would like to have Freddie Mercury as well. He's pretty cool, so let's hope for the best. His real name, it's not Freddie Mercury, it's Trog, but if you watch Comics Explain, then you understand why I'm calling him Freddie Mercury. And now here again we use our trusty Noom oil just to do some dirt on the fire hydrant that it looks like it was used. It looks like it was in a crash as well. So this base looks to me like Conquest actually it's doing a hard landing on Earth, so it's just destroying everything in his head. And now here I'm gonna use this rust type paint. Now for this one, to actually make it more visible, you have to go a little bit heavy-handed, so leave more on the brush, especially in the red. You don't notice it as much, so if you leave it a little bit more, don't remove too much of the paint, just go a little bit heavy-handed. As you can see now, I start doing it and it looks a little bit better. And now here I'm just gonna do some scratches, damages on the fire hydrant, just to make all the details pop. I'm pretty sure the guys from Zed will appreciate all the details put in, the time they take for them to sculpt this. And now it's time to do the translucent resin. I have to say I really enjoy working with the Anycubic one. On this one I'm gonna keep it a little bit quite simple. To me this looks more like a steam coming out of the ground of the harsh landing of Conquest. So it looks more like a steam that comes out of the ground from the pressure that he landed. And by the way, all the parts that I didn't print and painted them out, I can print them out and paint them up anytime. The base was made, so they don't have to be in necessarily, but you can add them later on at any stage. So I will see, maybe one day I'm gonna finish those parts as well, but at the moment I didn't feel to do them. Now guys, this will be not the red for the final for the bricks. If I can give you an advice over here, even if you have to apply by hand or you have to tape it up or mask it, whatever you have to do, it's try to apply a black primer, otherwise it's a nightmare to cover up the translucent. I think I did give 3 hands of this red and 2 of the brick, and you can still see kind of a little bit the translucent. So my advice, give it a primer, even if you have to do it with the brush. Now this here will be the brick color. So this one I'm gonna use 2 coats, and the previous red I used 3, and you can still see the translucent a little bit. And now with this gray I'm gonna do the concrete between the bricks. Don't be too careful with this one, just go messy, because you can go and clean it up afterwards. And just don't forget, when you do brick walls, it's never clean, so it's always have a little bit of a cement on the side of the bricks, so that's not a big deal. But after I finish this here, I'm just gonna go back with the brick and it will cover up the gray really quick. And now here with the red tire coat, I'm just gonna go over the mess I made. It's a quick fix. It's not even worth it to be too careful. You can do the grate first if you want, and then paint the red tire coat second. It's up to you. I decided to go this way, but you can go the other way as well. It's no wrong way to do it. It's whatever you want to do. And now with this orange, I'm gonna just do some edge highlights on the bricks, like they were a little bit in wear and tear after the accident or the crash or whatever it was over there. And here now I'm gonna use this darker gray to do his this part of his costume, which I don't know exactly what it's called. It's a kilt or skirt or apron. I don't know. In the end, I'm gonna go over with some highlights, so it's gonna look a little bit better. Now, if anyone knows the name of this part of his costume, just put it down in the comments, so next time I will not have to call just random names. Thanks. So now we're gonna do some highlights on this part of his costume. I still don't know what to call it. Hopefully somebody will help me out in the comments. And now I'm gonna use all this silver on every single accessories, or belts, buckles, bracelet he has. Now we're gonna start working on his arms, and I'm just gonna go with this basic gold, and then over this I'm gonna go with a really bright gold, and then just put down some washes, and this thing's gonna look awesome. And just a reminder guys, all of my colors usually I give 2 coats, even if it's not recorded. I go over with a light pass and then a second one just to cover everything up. And this is that really bright, nice gold that I'm gonna do some highlights just to make it all the details pop in this sculpture. And again, back with the favorite black wash, and just do all the deepest parts of the sculpts, just to make those details pop as much as possible. Now here you will notice I actually gonna give 2 passes with this dark wash. The very first one, it's not that bright, so when you go with second hand with it, it's gonna look awesome. It's gonna make all the details pop so much more. Now, this is a really long process, so I'm gonna be back in a second. I'll let you enjoy this nice music and try not to skip. So with this brown red wash, I'm gonna go over the gold, all the scratches, bumps on the metal arm. This usually makes the gold look really good. And now here in the middle of the video, just randomly, I'm gonna insert a little bit of a advertisement or whatever you want to call it. I'm thinking of opening a Patreon and do some different type of videos. Will be paint off videos, will be the tutorials, tips and tricks, all the stuff. I really like this hobby and I would like in the future to be my permanent job. So the first model will be from Solo Leveling, Sung Jin Woo. He will be the first character over there, but again, it will be not just painting, it will be more exclusive as well. The statues that I'm gonna paint up over there, some of them they will come over to YouTube in time maybe, but most of them they will be exclusive only to the Patreon. So if anybody is interested and you would like to support me, stay tuned and let everybody know where the Patreon will be ready to run and up. Probably I'm gonna put a link in the description as well. Now here I'm gonna use this dark purple first. Then this nice bright purple, but not too much, just a little bit of this. And then I'm gonna use this gray bluish white, just a tiny bit, just a little bit on the top, as small as you can, just to brighten it up a little bit. And now this purple ink just sprayed over. Let it a little bit dry, even with the airbrush, and then give it another coat. And now with the UV resin, I'm just gonna paint up some UV resin on top of it and cure it. This is gonna make it look really shiny. It's almost like a Power Stone effect to it. Now here in the video I don't leave it to dry too much, just for a couple of seconds, but off camera I leave it around 5 to 10 minutes, the light on it, so it cures all the resin, so no accident or incident happens. Again, on the camera you don't see it too much, but off camera I actually hold it for long. And now this one here is gonna be the base color for the whole costume. So it's an off-white, grayish bluish. I really like this color, it's really nice. And now don't forget what I said at the start of the video. For the challenge, if you want to guess how much color I used, how many colors I used in this sculpture, put it down in the comments. Don't wait to see the answer in the end. Put it down and then let's see who actually was right. And by the way guys, just to help you, I'm gonna tell you it's more than one. And now with this contrast paint, I'm gonna do the deepest parts of his muscles, just to make the whole sculpt pop. Now here, try to do it as thin as possible. The lines not to be too thick, but if you go a little bit more thicker, don't worry, you can always go back and correct it. But after this, I'm gonna go over with a white ink, so I'm gonna cover slightly up a little bit. Now, unfortunately, my nozzle for my airbrush, it's not as good as it used to be. The problem is, more you clean it, the nozzle, more kind of the front part open up, and then it's not as precise anymore as it used to be. I'm trying to get a new one. This is a 0.1.5 millimeter one. They're really hard to get at the moment. They always sold out, or they really have an expensive shipment. I'm trying to get one as soon as possible, but I have to say they are really good. At the moment I have two airbrushes. One I always have that I'm using for the base paint, or for the metallics, or for the varnish, and I have a fine detail one. Both of my brushes, they're really good, but yeah, some wear and tear. Now this is one of my longest video. Usually I try to do videos into the base and the statue separately, so if somebody's interested just in a base, you can look at that video separately, or is interested in just in the statue, you can look into that video. This is over an hour now. I'm just testing it out to see how it goes with YouTube, and what you guys think about it as well. If you have any suggestions, just put it down in the comments. I'm gonna look at them and see if I can use any of your ideas. I'm gonna try to use it in the future. Now here slightly I'm gonna go over with this white ink. So because it's the ink, it doesn't cover as much as any other white. Usually any white paint doesn't really cover, but this ink, it's just slightly, and I'm just gonna go really light with airbrush as well. I don't want to overdo it. In the end, again, on the camera line, because the white ink, it's still wet, it looks more white than actually it is. After it dries, it kind of blends in. And then again, this is one of the parts where you can make all those deep lines, the darker shades, a little bit more lighter. Now, this part of the paint as well, it takes some time, so I have a couple of quick questions of what statues you guys are, if you're doing any painting or just looking up for yourselves. If you do painting, like, what statues do you like usually to do? You like more superheroes, movies, characters, games, maybe some manga characters, anime? Put it down in the comment below. And now here with this bright gray, I'm gonna do all the scratches, battle damages on his uniform. For me, it looks like a little bit, he has a two layer. So he has a top layer and he has an under armor layer. So I'm trying to do the under layer a little bit more, a different gray. So it stands a little bit out. So all the scratches and all the damages. And again, this is a long process. Now, just remind you, I really speed up these videos and I really cut out a lot of parts that it's not necessary. So I'm trying to cut down the time, because otherwise they will be too long. So yeah, I don't know yet if I'm still gonna go back to the base separate and the statue separate videos, or just gonna keep them all in one. If I keep them all in one, again, they will be too long, and I want to put in as much information how I do my painting as possible, but we will see how it works out. Now here I'm gonna seal off the work I did so far, so I'm gonna give a clear coat of varnish. This is just if I make any mistakes, I can clean out the paint really quick. After this, on the legs is just the silver left, so if I do any mistakes it will be easier to clean. So again, just a quick clear varnish. I'm gonna do just on the legs and on the chest. Now here I'm gonna use this darker silver first, and then I'm gonna do some highlights with the silver that I'm used on all the rest of the parts. So this silver is a little bit darker. Now this is the silver that I used everywhere on the other parts of the pieces. So here I use the darker silver first, so I can do some highlights with this one. So it continues his muscles, his six-pack. And now here I'm just gonna finish up with the airbrush, the part where I messed up. And when I took off the tape here, I don't know what happened. Maybe the varnish wasn't fully cured. I left it for a long time, but some paint came off, so I will fix that one as well. And I left it in here in the video to see how it is. You can see over there, it's just a small part that the paint came off with the tape. And now this is the part that I fixed up the small damage that happened. Again, the tape, I just put some masking putty. It's really good and easy and usually doesn't take the paint away, but it's not as precise as the tape. Sometimes the tape is better. Anyway, fix it up, it's not a big deal. A quick and easy fix. I'm gonna use this contrast paint just a little bit on the pockets, just to put a little bit more details in it. Adding some Numo oil onto the silver just to make the details pop. And here now we start with the skin tone. I'm using this elf skin tone first. It's more like a little bit of a hint of a brown in it, and then I'm working my way up from there. I'm trying to capture as much as possible. Unfortunately, he only has one hand and one of his face that has a skin tone. I'm gonna actually do a Weapon X Wolverine that it will be all mostly will be skin tone, so that will be a great video whoever has problem with the skin tones. Now here I'm gonna go into the deepest parts of the sculpt. This will be more a reddish skin tone. It's a little bit more darker. So I'm gonna try to do that as thin as possible. At one point I'm gonna focus a little bit more in with the camera. Anyway, I'm gonna go over with the light for the highlights. Now a lot of people have a lot of way of painting the skin. This is my favorite way to do it. Sometimes I go, after I finish all the paint, I'm just gonna go over with the glaze as well, just to bring everything together. I didn't use the glaze technique over here, but it's no wrong technique. It's whatever you like and however you like it. So some people will put down after the first base coat, they will put down some washes, red, blue, yellow. Not everybody's doing the same way. If you want to do it that way, it's no problem. It's no wrong way. It's whatever suits you, whatever you're more used to it. And now here I'm gonna do the flash tone, but this is the like really watered down. As you can see, I mixed up in the airbrush. It's like really thin down, and I'm gonna go over with a lots of passes because I don't want it to go too much. I want to just go just a little bit time at a time. Again, it's almost like a glazing technique. It's really similar to it. It's just you have to pass it over because again, the paint is so thin down that the pigments in the paint doesn't stick as much to it. So even now here you see it's more brighter, but after it dries up you can barely see it. So I give it a couple of layers. I just have to have patience and just keep going back till you reach the right amount of paint to put on it. Now with the skin color, if I can give you a tip, is take your time, don't rush. It's no point rushing. If you mess up, you have to redo the whole thing, and it's sometimes better to take it easy than to rush for no reason. Now here I'm a little bit off camera with the blue. I'm just doing the veins on his hand. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that it's not in focused on the hand. I'm a little bit outside of it, but you get the point what I'm trying to do. And now here with the flash color, I'm just again really watered down, just doing a little bit of a highlighting almost. Just look the hand more real, kind of in a way, inside the palm as well. Another advice I will do, try always to compare the two pieces so you have or more to be the similar color, or you don't mess it up too much. Now here I'm gonna use this light brown on his joints kind of a little bit, just to dirty it up a little bit. And you know where your fingers are bending the skin, usually it's more dark a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm putting some light brown on it, and then with the sponge I take it off. I leave it just a little bit to dry, not too much, and then I take it off as soon as possible. Now with this pale flash, I mix it up with water. I'm making really watery, and I'm doing his nails. I paint it up, and then I take the sponge and take it off, so it's not too obvious. Just leave it just for a couple of seconds, like literally just the base color. You kind of make it a little bit lighter, and that's how your nails should look normally. And now we use the famous Dectan to do his eyes, then his tooth, and we're not going to do too much about it at the moment. It just makes it white. And now with this one, I'm gonna use this pink to water it down a little bit and do his lips. This is my favorite way to do it. Some people have different techniques. I always do use this pink, water it down a little bit, go over with a red shade, and then go back with a little bit of watered down glazed skin color. And now here I'm gonna use this red on his lips, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. At the moment it's gonna be really dark, so don't get scared. He's not gonna have lipsticks. We're gonna tone it down a little bit, just in a couple of minutes. Now meantime I'm gonna go back to the pink and do the big scratch on his face. And I'm gonna use this more pinkish reddish skin tone to go over the scratch slightly. And now over here with a watered down flash color, I'm gonna go over his lips so it's not as bright red. And now here with the 10, I'm gonna go over his tooth. When I done the red wash, I done his mouth inside as well, just to difference a little bit between the tooth, if the red wash go between the tooth, as you can see. And now I'm gonna do all his hair on his face, eyebrows, hair, mustache and everything with this off-white. Now here I'm gonna use this light blue for one of his eyes. In the end I don't like it, so I'm gonna change it out for a darker one. But at the moment, as you can see in the video, I'm using this blue. But I think it's a little bit too light for his eyes. For the other eye, where is the scar, I'm gonna use this gray. And then later I'm gonna give it a little bit of a blue as well on it, just to look like a pale eye. And here I'm gonna use this darker blue to go over the eye, because I didn't like how it came up in the end with the light blue one. Now with the blue ink I'm gonna go over his damaged eye just slightly, just a little bit, so you're not gonna see too much of it, but you just can see that hint of blue. And before I forget, I go over with this pinkish flash tone over his joints. Now, I don't record all of it, but this is how all the pieces of the model is finished in the end. I'm going to use this varnish. And now we are at the end of the video, so here are all the colors that I used to do these sculptures. There are in total 42. So I want to see who was actually right and who guessed it in the first without cheating. Now thanks for everybody who watched the whole video, helps out a lot. If you learned something or you like the video, just give it a like, give it a subscribe, it will help out a lot. It will make more possible for me to do more of these videos. And as I said it before, I will try to see if I can make a Patreon. Stay tuned, and if you would like to support me there, it will be greatly appreciated. And see you in the next video.